So for this episode, we have kind of big project, a lot more complicated than the previous ones. It's one that it was done like lately, yeah, like a month and a half ago. So yeah, pretty much not that much time ago. So yeah. So let's start with the kicks as per usual. We have a lot of kicks variations, although I used maybe like one in the intro, then we have the main kick, then the same kick is pitched down here in this section, then we have the sections coming back like in the reversed order, like this section here is at the end of the first half of the track, and this is like repeat just after the B section, so I call it, and then we have the first that comes here. Okay, so let's start with the kick sound. It's made, I believe, out of two kicks, like from this kick. Yes, that's the first part, and that's the, I believe that's the second part of the kick, that's the bass. I glued them together, that's the melody, I recorded it, and that's the bass. Okay, so I recorded it in the Edison, and then I exported the kick so it sounds like this. And you can pretty much do this with any kick you like just make the punch of first kick, and then just add like a bass from another. It would sound, at first it would sound like this. And then you just get the fade in to around like, I don't know, like to your liking, so it's only like the offbeat. So that's how the kick happened to be this kick. So the second is this, it's just pitched down to cents, just like the melody later, so that's nothing really much to say here. Then that's important, for the bass we have this vital. I made this myself. It's like, you can ask me like on Discord or whatever, like how I made this patch and how to make something like this. It's just a compliment to the kick. It's not really loud in the mix, but you can hear this. So like together the kick with the bass. Then this sound is is it here as well? It is here as well. And here it's exported so that it sounds like this. So I can manually put it like more frequently, because here I'm like locked in this kind of LFO style sidechain, which I can't like put the quick fast notes like this, because the attack is so long, so I had to export it and then put it like this. But I exported it once again, I think here, with like some reverb, and put it with kicks, and that's the other, that's the try, that's the reverb one, and together they play something like this. So I changed the feeling here, because like the dry one stacks with the punch of the kick instead of the bass, and then paired with the kick we have just completely another feel, like completely different feeling. Like listen to this. That's not a good part, because it should be a transition here. So let's say this. and then this. We have sidechain, this time made like by the MIDI that's muted. Yeah, that's 23, so that's yeah, that's a hi-hat that's not playing. I believe it's, yeah, it's muted. It's not going to the master, it's only like sidechained to the tracks it's supposed to sidechain, so it's like it's one of like 3 or 4 techniques you can do sidechaining. I prefer this one for this track. It's really easy though. Then we have a lot of different variations of the kick rolls. So we have like just the basic quarter note, like not quarter but 16th note or like 8th note. It depends which BPM you're thinking about. When that's like 4th or 8th, then this is like 8 or 16, like grouping. Then for the second part, it starts to get interesting because we have like by the way, I took this idea from most of metal songs I like, because it's about playing all the drums with the melody at the same time, like they follow the same pattern, so you're like on the same like point. Like listen to this. So when there's playing a kick, there's a melody part. When there's playing a kick, there's a melody part, and then again. And the same here. That's also interesting part. That's made by taking like a kick sample, then just I'm holding Alt by the way, and then just making something like this, duplicating the kick, going here, revealing kind of more of the kick, like just 2 little slips away, like 2 little moves of the mouse, then again 1 or 2, then again, and again, and you can get pretty creative with that. I'll try to play this like instead the thing that was already here, so you get the idea, and you can already see it's like already different, but like let's hear first the original one and then the thing I made real quick now. Yeah, it's kinda too much here, so I should probably do something like this, kinda less of it. Yeah, that should probably sound more the same. Yeah, more or less the same. It could also be made by like some LFO tool, but I don't really like making this complicated shit and like here the whole fun with the automation and stuff is not for me. I like to make it manually here in the playlist. So then we have the same rolls here. Those are just exported the same kicks, and this is panned left, this is panned to the right. So it scratches your brain in the right place, so the that should be the kicks, I believe. I think I haven't missed. Oh no, there's one thing. Another kick. That's track 26. Doesn't matter how the top end sounds, it's just here for the bass in the intro. Then comes the sample that kind of transitions us to the main kick. So it sounds like this. Like this sound kinda wears off. This ends. And we have the main track starting, so yeah. Next things should be melodies, and I don't want to get lost here, but there's a lot going on in the automation tracks. So we have 3 layers of melody. Those are my like favorite plugins when making hip hop beats, by the way. So that's the first one. It's pretty cheap, or you can find this for free if you're good enough. That's Exhale by Contact. And that's Electra. Oops, shut up. So together, and I don't want to disable any automation. That should be for the melody. So that should be it, I believe. No, I disabled reverb. Fuck. Yeah, that's the reverb. Okay, together they sound like this. So in this first part is like distorted because the camel crusher should be technically disabled like this, but it's left here. This sound is just a radar plug. It's not even linked to any mixer channel, I didn't care. Okay, and now comes the part where I exported the melody first, but you can see no, this is meant to be for the effects. Okay, so sorry. We have Fruity Convolver, one of my favorite, by the way, one of my favorite tools when it comes to the delay, like stock effect delay, not delay, sorry, reverb. So that thing kinda triggers pre-recorded sample. Wait, I need to where should it be, like in which mixer channel? It should be, here's a reverb, yeah, it's here. So you can EQ inside the reverb. You have pretty lot of knobs to shape the sound, and you have the sample of the reverb, sort of. So it's like sample based reverb, like processing the reverb. How would it fit into the other like different rooms, like a church, hall, or something? So that's like one of my favorite tools. So I exported it so I could make it swell in. And then here I automated the gross beat. And then here I automated also the pitch. So here we go down 2 semitones on the whole track, like basically on just kicks and melodies, because the other part of drums like stayed the same. So we have the B section. And then we go again with the Camel Crusher with the distortion. Then we have that melody goes down in volume, and then we have the volume of the core of the main melody coming up. So it's like, so it blends somewhat like I need to this, and let's say the kicks. Yeah, something like this. So it just blends together. And then we have the same section as the previous before the section B. So next thing we have like effects. So we have like pretty basic reverse sounds. I'm just gonna like crashes. We have one of my favorite. It has low end. It has a lot of movement. You can put it an intro, an outro, or like it fits really well to the whole song. Like just I make it louder and you listen to this. And then next we have this help me sound, this whisper. So the sample should sound like this. Wait, not like this, like this. So it was supposed to be just like dry, but then I thought, yeah, let's duplicate it. Let's pan it a bit into the right, left, and let's start with the reversed one, like with the reversed part, so it sounds like this. Yeah, then we have the reverse part coming into the offbeat. Just listen to it. It also plays with the kick, so it's like part of the transition, part of the kick roll. It's just nice thing to add, like a ear candy. Also, this kick is pitched up 7 semitones. For the transitions, we have also maybe 2 more sounds, I believe. First is the siren, or like screech. I don't know how to name it. So that's the first sound, and that's the second. No, that's the siren. with a lot of reverb. And that's just down, so that's in the B section. That was it. So for the drums we have basic snare. Wow. Nothing crazy going on. Same here. Pretty basic hardtekk stuff, like the main part should be your kicks and the groove of the kick. Whoa. That's big. The sections I went through, the mix, okay, the mix. So let's start with the kick, track 21. For the kick we have a lot of EQing, so it's like making the high end more present, also cutting down useless information, then just a clipper. And you can see that's a lot of going on, but it's mainly just EQ work, some distortions. Then for the melody, yeah, that's interesting. For the melody we have first is some limiting, then a gross beat, then of course this distortion sound, then some EQing, really big reverb, some light kickstart going on action, then another EQ to cut the annoying frequencies. Then the EQ that does most of the work because cuts the lows and makes it less present in the first plan. Then just some clipper for the safety, and then again some EQ work. Then we have another melody that has some vocoding. Wait. So that tool is amazing, that preset, but there's a problem with this. We have to EQ after because it gives really lot of these peaks, so we want to cut them off like this, and then again, then micro shift to make it more stereo and like not so present, not so rough, then soft clipper and camel crusher for the automation. And this channel was only needed to make the recording of the samples that come to the second part of the song. So I hope you liked it. That's the whole track. You can listen to this on SoundCloud. If you have any questions, because it's kind of big of a project. Oh, and one more thing. Those good projects typically are made because you want to actually remake another track, and I was fucking with the pulling up track. I was trying to remake the kick and like learn something, and I actually learned a lot. What kind of sound to choose to pick for the track, and what kind of vibe to go for, and then with the sections. So yeah, it always helps to have reference track, or either just train with the track you find really good, or you want to like not even copy, but you want to get inspired from. So that's the whole track. You can listen to this on my SoundCloud. Yeah, peace.